What up, people? Welcome to another insert of In Conversation with Rudy Samuel. I'm your boy, Rudy Samuel, and today I'm in Pretoria, capital city of South Africa, at the Squad League 5-a-side football tournament, the biggest 5-a-side football tournament in Africa, with prize money of 500,000 rand. And I'm here today to give you coverage about life behind this amazing event. Join me as I take you around vendors, footballers, you name it. We're going to talk to them today and find out what makes this event so special. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with someone I know for many years. He is the visionary, the founder, the creative director, the CEO of this event, this tournament, this big, I don't even know what word to use. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Nick Coca. This guy is doing amazing things, and you know, on my platform, I like to give flowers to people that are doing a great job. So Nick, how does it feel creating such an amazing, fantastic event?
First of all, shout out for you for coming out. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
I've been waiting for this opportunity to be on Rudy's podcast. Clearly, I've done something right. Honestly, bro, it's been a 5-year dream. 5-year dream. We started it last year. That means 2 years in after having the vision. That's when the resources came together to sort of put this thing together. I mean, I'm a football lover myself. I used to play. I mean, I still play, but not like these guys.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? Now the level has changed. But the vision is slowly coming together. We've got big dreams. It's a 20-year plan. It's not like a 2-year, 5-year plan. It's a 20-year plan. We just want to keep empowering, to be honest with you. So it feels good. Feels really blessed. But I'm not alone.
Of course.
I've got a big team behind me.
Of course, shout out to them. Yeah.
And I'm always grateful to God that I've had the right people aligning to the vision. You know what I mean? So everything that you're seeing here, from social media content, man, the partners are even up here. Shout out to Old Mutual.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's
That's
Old Mutual
huge, bro.
Squad League now.
Yeah.
And we can only keep growing from here.
Of course, yeah. And what are some of the challenges that you may go through to have this come? Because for the moment, you're sponsoring this from your own pockets. So what sort of challenges do you go through and how do you overcome them?
Bootstrapping is not hard. I mean, it's not easy as an entrepreneur. But again, it just takes a big vision and the right team, to be honest with you. One of the biggest challenges are actually for the teams, right? So even when we're doing qualifiers and that type of stuff, I think provinces like PE, Durban, Cape Town have a lack of resources. They have a lack of more tournaments. Of course, so they don't have spaces to play. You can imagine Saints from Durban, who went all the way to the finals in season 2, had only played like 2 tournaments afterwards. Whereas in Gauteng, there's so many tournaments to play. So that means that the guys stay fresh.
Of course.
But they've done a good job to just keep themselves fresh and be here. So one of the biggest challenges is actually getting the teams funding. Of course, we need the teams to be comfortable. We need the teams to be paid. I mean, some of these boys are worried about transport to get into training, transport to get into the matches, transport to get into their league games. You know what I mean? Once we overcome those challenges, it's about the teams. It's not really about us. It's about the platform that we created for them.
Yeah, 100%. And my man, the prize money for an amateur football tournament, 500,000 rand, 500,000. Brother, how? I know it's the grace of God, but can you put it in human terms, please? Try find the words.
I got 1 kidney now.
He had to sell everything.
Everything is God. God forbid. Jokes aside, again, it's just bootstrapping it. I mean, we started with 100K, and because we want to be
progress. I love that.
I mean, but we 5x'd it. And if you put it into dollars, those are Congolese. If you put it into dollars, it's actually nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like $25,000. That's 500,000.
Yeah, around. Yeah.
We want to get to a point where we're doing $100,000. That means it's something significant. So that if we're going to Nigeria, if we're going to Congo, if we're going to Ghana, this thing is like a significant cash prize, and we can attract the best teams, the best players, the best talent, of course, and really make it the best in Africa.
Of course, I had the opportunity to interview some footballers,
shout out,
and stuff. But the interview I was looking for today was with this one. I don't want to get too personal because he's gonna come back in studio, sit down. We're gonna talk nicely about this event that he's hosting. But for now, Nick, I know you're busy. Thank you for your time. We wish you all the best in what you're doing, brother, and we will be there supporting you every step of the way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
God bless.
Nice one, bro.
Thank you.
Shout out. Are we going to take a picture?
Yeah. Can you take a picture? That's one there. All right, people. I've got Isak here. and I want to talk to him about his company, his business called Prime Smash Burger. So, Mr. Isak, what does an event like this mean for your business?
Look, we can come and show you our masterpiece. This is a smash burger. We got the idea from the USA. This is the burgers they do in USA, and yeah, you have to try the smash burger. It's got a caramelization on the top, two slices of cheese, two patties. One of the best burgers you'll ever have, my man.
Interesting. So, is your business just like pop-up, or do you actually have like a restaurant?
No, we do have a restaurant. We've got a full menu. We just popped up here for the first time. We've on short notice, 2 weeks. We popped up here and we're giving it a go.
I love that. And where are you guys based? You can give us the details, and people can come if they want.
We are based in Pretoria, Linwood Road, number 4 Meadow Avenue.
Right. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Isaac.
so much.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Thanks, sir.
With one of SA's wonder kids, Ronaldo Gia. I grew up watching him playing for Sundowns, playing for the national team, Ajax Cape Town, and today he's here playing for at the five-a-side tournament. So I just want to catch up with him, see how he's doing and stuff. Ronaldo, welcome so much. My name is Rudy. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I want to know, what does this tournament mean for you?
It's actually my first time here. I never knew this tournament is this big, you know. But it gives a chance to people from all around, you know, to showcase their talent. There's a lot of exposure here. So and the prize money is good.
Of course,
you know?
500K.
So, yeah, yeah. For 2 days work,
exactly.
You know. So you can see the intensity in the games, you know. The guys are putting a lot of effort into it, and it's very competitive, and it's all you can ask for.
Yeah. And what about you? How's your career? You know, you were with Sundowns. We saw in the newspapers the contract ended. What's next? Have you retired? Or are you going to play five full time? What's next for your career?
No, I'm still looking to play football.
Yeah.
But this is just a way for me to keep fit as well. You know, because like I said, the intensity of these games, you know, in the short space of time, in the small space, you know, it requires a lot. So I'm putting my body through it, you know, to see where I'm at. But at the moment, I'm fully fit. You know, that's why I'm here to enjoy the weekend with the guys.
Yeah, what do you say about Bafana and their chances to make it at least out of the group?
No,
first time ever.
I think they have a very good chance of doing it. I think the progression they've made over the last few years with the coach, you know, even in the AFCON as well, how well they've done. It's something to build up on, you know, and I think the World Cup is just, it's obviously the biggest sporting tournament, you know, for footballers. So I expect them to do well. You know, they have a very good team with the coach. You know, you can see he has most of the players that he's been with for the last couple of years. You know, and continuity is the way to go. And I think they have done it so far. And you know, but we look forward to the AFCON as well.
Of course, of course. It's like in a few weeks' time,
So it's a good stepping stone for them, you know, to compete in Africa and then obviously go with momentum into the World Cup.
Of course. All right, thank you so much, Ronaldo, for your time. I wish you all the best. All right, people, I'm here with George Maluleka.
Maluleka gets a deflection and scores. It was a wicked deflection too, but it's a goal for George Maluleka.
Ex-Bafana, ex-Kaizer Chiefs, ex-Mamelodi Sundowns, ex-Amazulu, professional footballer. Professional footballer, and I have the opportunity of speaking with him. George, my name is Rudy. Thank you for this time. I want to ask you, what does this tournament mean for you? You've achieved it, you've done it all, played at the highest level, but what does it mean coming back to play for such a tournament?
I think one of the things is giving back. I think also being inspirational. There's a lot of boys with a lot of talent that I've also seen. Just also to give them a word of encouragement. You know, so when they see us playing and being a part of this tournament, I think it also sends a message to them and say that, you know, let me keep going and let me not give up on my dream. And this is also a stepping stone, you know, because everyone comes and watches. You'll never know who's watching and you'll never know what's next for you. So I think for everyone that's playing and that's a part of it, they should always keep on going.
And how does it feel like as an ex-pro or as a professional when people want to come for you? How do you maintain that composure? Because I saw a little, you know, something there, and I saw you handle it very well. Do people ever come for you because you played at the highest level? How do you handle that?
Definitely. I think, like you said, it's experience, you know, and I've dealt with a lot of things. with a lot of emotions, being involved as part of the game.
Of course,
I think keeping composed and knowing what the end goal is, because we were leading 5-1.
Yeah.
There was no need for me to react.
Of course, yeah.
One thing could have led to another, so
Yeah,
I just had to keep my cool because we were leading, and we did exchange a few words.
Yeah, so
because it wasn't pleasant at all.
Of course,
That is career breaking as well. I'm not a pro footballer anymore, but even for that, it could have happened to anyone else.
Yeah, of course.
We also want to be active. We also want to we also want to play football.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to fair play.
Yeah, of course, yes, of course. And lastly, how is life after football? I'm sure it's nice to wake up in the morning, no one telling you what to do, where to go, what to eat. How is it like, after all that you've achieved?
I've been chilling. I think you can see I've picked up a little bit.
But you're still on the same, not that bad, to be honest.
I mean, I'm still training, but I'm not as hectic.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanna be involved more in playing more tournaments and being a part of such initiatives. So it's been very good. As you know, I'm affiliated with a few brands. Outside
I've seen on TV and stuff.
A lot more to come, but I'm happy to be here.
Love that. I wish you all the best, brother. Thank you so much for your time, mate.
Appreciate it, man.
God bless. People, I'm here with one of the best midfielders I've ever seen live. I grew up playing football. One day I was on trial at a team called Highlands Park for a week, and this guy was on my team or against me. Top player. His name is Luciano. Luciano, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much, bro. I wanted to just ask you a couple of questions and just find out where you are in life and stuff. But first, what does this tournament mean for the likes of you and your team, Orlando Pirates 5s?
Thanks for having me, man, Rudy. I think this tournament is big. Probably the biggest one in Africa. If you're looking at it, Pirates won it 2 seasons in a row. That's the third one. Yes, we're having a bit of a slow start, but I think everything is against us, and I mean, like, Pirates is a big brand, and obviously we need to go and represent and try and get back and win it for the third time. Yes,
of course. And you managed to make it to a level most of us wanted, professional football. How did that work out for you, and where are you now? Are you a free agent? Have you retired? Are you now playing 5s full time? What's happening in your life?
Yeah, what a journey for me. I mean, it's been a long journey, and the success I had was quite, if I can say, it was a little success, but I enjoy that moment. So at this moment, I am currently at La Masia. We're playing in the ABC Mutsipe, and we're looking to get promotion, getting the team, uplifting the community and every surrounding areas around us, the colored boys. Obviously, we're looking at that to empower them and get them out of the hood, if I can say so, and show them life, man.
Luciano, thank you so much.
Thanks so much,
really
brother.
good. I'm so proud of you. It's always good to see you, man.
Thanks, man. Likewise.
Next, I've got Nick. If you remember, I did a football documentary a long time ago. He's back again. He's also at this tournament, and I want to just talk with him and find out how he's doing. Nick, thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. So yeah, man, let's take a small short walk. Tell me, what does this tournament mean for you? I see a lot of ex-pros here as well, like yourself. What does it mean for you?
You know what? I think it's a good platform, like you say, for ex-professionals to express themselves still, because amateur football might not be that platform, because you go there and, not that it's too easy, but it doesn't give you that thing you're seeking, that competition that you're seeking. So what this does, it brings that competition back and gives
intense.
you that. Exactly, it's very intense. It gets seriously intense. And like you're saying, you're playing players that some of them even looked up to, you know what I'm saying? There's massive names here. So it's just something nice to be a part of, and it just makes you feel good as a footballer again.
And I want to know what's next for you, because I see you playing in a league, ABC, I think, and you guys have been doing well. I see your goals, I see you guys qualifying. What's next? Because I know you don't play any more pro, but you want to get back, like one more push, one more shot. What are we saying?
In all honesty, I always tell people I'm done. But if by some miracle, some magical moment, someone said, here's this contract, I know myself I would take it, but it's not something I'm seeking actively. If it comes, then sure, but I'm not seeking it actively, no. Obviously, I missed the professional game, but where I'm at now, it suits me.
Yeah, I see you coaching as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And I see now you're a father of 2. The last time we spoke, I think you only had 1 child, but I want to know, how has fatherhood changed you and improved you, if it has?
Massively. Prior to having children, you think about yourself all the time. It even becomes selfish, which is not a bad thing all the time. But
of course,
when you have kids, it just changes the entire dynamic, and you start to think about everything, and you even humble yourself. You go into every day not trying to be someone that everybody likes, because you want to show your children what a good example is, you know what I'm saying? So you express yourself the way you want, and you want them to see what an individual is, instead of someone that's always involved in the group think, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. And lastly, what do you think about the state of SA football? Because we got qualified, we qualified for the World Cup. Group A with Mexico. repeat of 2020.
Yeah, exciting.
So what do you think about the state of SA football as a whole, not the national team? Because they're doing well, but everything else underneath, we both know.
Okay, that's a great question. Like you say, national team, even at the PSL level, I think football's in a good space there. Everything down is, I don't want to say shambles, because then it's like we're saying the same thing everybody's saying.
Of course, yeah.
But I think we have to be honest, and that's what it is. I know of players in the NFD, in the ABC earning 1,000 Rand, 2,000 Rand. You cannot do anything with that money in South Africa today.
No, not at all, yeah.
So, firstly, I think wages need to change immediately.
100%.
And just the respect they have for players in general. You know, there's this thing of infantilizing grown men, making us feel like small boys constantly chasing small money all the time. It starts to make you feel small.
100%.
So I think just the mentality around it needs to change. You know what I'm saying? How we respect footballers.
Of course, yeah. Nick, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Nice to see you, man.
Same, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm going to call him the legendary coach of Pirates five-a-side team, Coach Alavian. Thank you so much for coming onto my platform. First and foremost, you guys are doing an amazing thing. You've won this event already. Second of all, you guys are traveling, for this five-a-side football. So please, before we go any further, what does this tournament mean for you and your team?
Firstly, thank you so much for inviting me onto the platform. You guys are also doing a wonderful job. And I love the jersey you wear. Yeah. When so cool outside. It's a bit difficult at the moment because of two draws in our first group game and a must win with our playing game now. And yeah, look, 3 months before the tournament we've been preparing, and that's what we do. Contractually, the boys will be held accountable from January, which is something that we've been fighting for a while. And not fighting for verbally, but fighting for in terms of where we are, what we do, how professional we want to be. And Pirates from above has seen the hard work, they've seen the growth, they've seen the success, they've seen the success overseas as well. And I think that's the dream for us. It's not just the 500k tournament, which makes a big difference, especially this time of the year for all the players.
Of course,
the last 500,000 tournament, some players got to change their family lives by investing in a house.
Love that.
So that's good things that's happening from behind the scenes as well, and also how the club is being run. But yeah, our goal and our dream is to go and take our talents up into South America, North America,
big on
Asia,
football,
big time, even Spain and so on. And that's what we want to test ourselves, because I do think there's so much more for us as South Africans out there, especially in this age.
So I see a lot of us wanted to make it as pro football as we live in this side. So you think there's a future in five-a-side football?
Big time. And I think also it's almost like NBA in terms of there's a short, quicker format. There's a lot of action. 11-a-side, obviously more bodies, and I'm going a little bit more tactical about it. But yeah, if you miss the first line, you're in.
I saw that.
You're in, and you have an opportunity to have a shot at goal, and that's what supporters want. That's what everybody wants, and we're happy to be a part of it. Going back to your question about the former pro players, I think in our structures in South African football, there's so many cracks. There's so much quality players that just fall through the cracks. And thank all the sponsors, all mutual, you name them, Red Bull, whoever's coming out to sponsor such events, because that's where players, former legends like Josta Susopala, the guys that are competing, they're not just here to show. They're competing. And yeah.
I love that. And you said now you had to fight with the Pirates guys at the top to get contracts and stuff. What are the other challenges you may face as a five-a-side football team in terms of training, logistics, going overseas, besides all of that? What else do you guys face? And how do you overcome that?
I think the largest thing is probably the availability of players because of finances. I mean, at the end of the day, the majority of our players, probably 8 to 19%, are fathers or husbands. So you got to fend for home. You can't be training in the morning and then you don't have a job. How do you look after home? Pressure at home and so on. And we always knew that with results, too much is given, much is required. So even when the contracts come, there's just a little bit more pressure on the players. But pressure is a privilege.
100%. I agree. I fully agree. And this has been a privilege as well for me to speak to you and everyone else. So I know you guys have a game up next. I wish you guys all the best, and hopefully you guys can qualify and win it again.
Thank you so much.
People, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the coverage that I just brought to you by Squad League and Old Mutual. Shout out to the team, Nick and his team, for an amazing event, Africa's biggest five-a-side football tournament with a prize money of 500,000 Rand. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got to learn and see what people are doing on the African continent. Don't forget that the future is African and it's only up from here. Congrats to all the players, congrats to the winners, congrats to everyone that's involved in this amazing event. My name is Rudy Samuel and I'm signing all the way out. Thank you so much.